I was in Iceland, hey, you don't have to be no 18. I think it was 13, maybe 14.
Yeah.
That's a grunt. The vagina been on this planet 14 years. I've said this before on the show also. Do you know if a woman 16 years old gives you a baby, that is going to be 16, 17, 18, 19. That is going to be one of the healthiest babies possible.
Right.
At that age, they've been on the planet long enough, they're in their prime developmental wise to create a life. But you're taught in America something different.
You know, those eggs are buoyant. You could dribble them eggs. Them motherfuckers, they got bounce back. Yeah.
I'm saying.
Hello and welcome back, Pillow Talkers. We spill the tea that everyone tries to hide. No gossip is off limits, no truth is untold. Grab your pillow and watch the stories unfold. What the hell is going on with Corey Holcomb and Craig? Like, seriously, what is wrong with them? Recently, some videos and clips have come up with Corey saying some questionable things about minors that is insanely disturbing. Like, at this point, if anybody knew this existed and still supports this man, I question you as a person. Y'all, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get straight into it.
Somebody say Corey just like young girls, so he making excuses. That ain't true. I really don't have young girls around me. I don't really have young girls around me. Young girls are not. I don't chase young girls. Now, have I seen some fine ass young girls? Boy, let me tell you something. Go up here to one of these college campuses and see how they dress and walk and talk.
Yeah.
You're gonna see some shit that make your mouth go, oh my God. But it's all a physical thing.
Kid pussy, that's the best put. Well, I'm saying. Kid pussy, that's the best put. Well, I'm saying.
When I was in Iceland, hey, you don't have to be no 18. I think it was 13, maybe 14.
Yeah.
That's a grunt. The vagina been on this planet 14 years. I've said this before on the show also. Do you know if a woman 16 years old gives you a baby, that is going to be 16, 17, 18, 19. That is going to be one of the healthiest babies possible.
100%, he cannot come back from this. And the crazy thing is, what he says gets even worse. Like, this is bad, but this goes to hell with the way that he talks about children. I never knew that Corey Holcomb was this type of guy. Like, I knew he said some questionable things about women, and we also knew that he wasn't emotionally strong to deal with women. And even if a woman simply raised her voice, Corey would be all up in your face, ready to just knock you out. But hearing him actually admit that he messed with a little girl in another country because it was legal, absolutely disgusting. Corey Holcomb is officially canceled. There is no way that his career is going to thrive coming out with information like this. Corey Holcomb is a 57-year-old man and admitted that he traveled to another country because the consent is 13 and 14 years old. So did this man manually look up what's the country with the lowest age of consent and just travel there? Because that's exactly what it sounds like.
Right.
At that age, they've been on the planet long enough, they're in their prime developmental wise to create a life. But you're taught in America something different.
Those eggs are buoyant. You could dribble them eggs. They got bounce back.
Anybody who agrees with Corey is a creep themselves. And Craig looks and sounds like a complete idiot backing up Corey. That's the thing when people don't have a backbone. And to be completely honest, Anton was right. Because a lot of men, they think, oh, yeah, we got to support each other. You know, you got to back up your man code. If your man is talking about being a pervert, you need to speak about it. Forget even being quiet about it. Silence says something about you, too.
You go to other countries, I'm just saying, in America, most people only know what they know in America, but I've been to other countries, and in Iceland, I think the legal age to get with a girl is 13 years old.
Oh, wow.
Right, it blows people's mind when they hear it. But in Iceland, R. Kelly is not a criminal.
He's trying to get extradited.
He's a normal guy in Iceland. I went to Iceland, and you just can't offer him money and gifts. And I thought that was so unfair that you couldn't give him nothing after you was done with him.
This man literally just admitted that he went to Iceland to sleep with 13 and 14-year-olds and that he was mad that he couldn't give them gifts after he was done.
This still crazy. I'm not going to Iceland. So I assume you've been to Iceland and you took advantage of the laws. Is that what you're saying?
I had a great time in Iceland.
Wait, we're not going to go there.
What kills me the most is when you're talking about serious accusations such as sleeping with a child as young as 13 and 14. I don't care what the consent is. You live in America and your brain should be in America. There are some states like Jersey who they made the consent 16, but we all know that's wrong, and we should judge people who agree with, oh, it's okay to sleep with a 16-year-old and you're a grown man or a grown woman. But it's the laughter for me. And a lot of people might be like, oh, he's a comedian. He's making jokes. What person in a right mind would find this funny? Seriously, who would laugh at somebody talking about sleeping with a little girl? We need to normalize when people say stuff as disgusting as this, not even cracking a smile. Just look at them. And if you bold enough, tell them why you not laughing. Because this needs to be taken seriously. And I'm tired of comedians saying or doing controversial things and then blaming it on being just a joke, or I'm a comedian, that's what I do for a living. There's certain things you shouldn't laugh or joke about. And this is one of them.
This past weekend, I saw this little girl. She had a Welch's grape juice bottle in her mouth. And she was about 5. She had the whole bottle, as far as it'll go, just sucking on it, walking with her mama. Somebody said, get that out her mouth. When they took it out her mouth, that baby said, You know when she stopped crying? When a man picked her up and put her in her lap and started bouncing with her. Then she stopped crying and was looking like this. I said, that's a...
This man has lost his freaking mind. He literally just called a little girl the H word because she wanted to have a Welch's bottle in her mouth. Like, do you really think a 5-year-old girl knows what to do actually? Or are you making this up in your head and looking at little girls as actual beings? And then he mentioned the little girl bouncing on a grown man's lap like it was something that he was salivating over or something. Because I'm not understanding who sits right there and think that a little girl wants something other than the damn juice.
That's a little growing right there. And everybody will say, Corey, what are you talking about? Corey, you crazy. Get the out of here. This little girl was in her bliss with her mouth wide open. She was just, it had the cap on it and everything. They took it out of her mouth. Then a man picked her up and started shaking her on his knee. And she was like, I said, that's a little, it's just Corey Holcomb crazy.
This man has lost his freaking mind, or he been lost his mind and he was trying to conceal the other side. I don't get how he think that this was even worthy of telling anybody. But I love when people slip up like this because it reveals a lot. And he always says such shocking things, mostly about women, now children, and he looks around for approval, and once he gets what he wants, then all of a sudden he feels accomplished. That's exactly why Craig is probably most likely his number one hitter, because he'll get on the mic and just keep on agreeing with everything Corey says. When in reality, if Craig continues to play follow the leader, Corey is going to end up ending both of their careers.
I almost want to go back and ask about that little girl and do a documentary on her life. So one day I can show I know what I'm talking about. But in this society, I'm a bad guy. That ain't nothing no little girl do unless she has the urge to do things like that. She has the urge to be satisfied. But ain't nobody gonna pick the Corey bad. Corey bad. Everybody, Corey, did you hear what Corey said? The little girl took the bottle out of her mouth and he said she gonna be a yes. And if it was more men in the house, the little daughters wouldn't be walking around with things preparing their jaw for hustle.
This man is absolutely insane, and he behaves like he has never raised a child in his life. And to my understanding, he has a daughter who he likes to refer to as a B word. So at the end of the day, we can see what kind of man Corey Holcomb is. So he doesn't respect any women, even if it's his own child. This man sees his own daughter as an actual being.
I knew my daughter was gonna be a freak when this bitch was 3 months old. Oh, y'all don't know me? You'll see. No, listen, this little heifer, she never kept the bottle in her mouth. She always pulled the bottle out and shake the milk all over her face and shit. I told her, I said, girl, you just like your mama, goddamn.
Her jaw is being prepared for hustle. And this was a little girl.
Her teeth aren't.
Baby Goobler. I like that.
And the thing is, I like Darlene. I thought Darlene was very sweet, but she's too freaking passive for that show. Like, Corey Holcomb can say the worst thing and all she does is just giggle and say little side comments. And I have heard her disagree, but it's always a whisper. Like, if you disagree with somebody, especially about a subject as grown men sleeping with children, you need to say that with your whole chest. Most likely the community will have your back.
Me for real, one day I was living with this lady and her daughters crawled in the bed and I ain't have on shit.
Yeah.
I was up under the cover.
Wow.
And I was like, oh shit. And one of her
Tell
daughters
Michael,
was like,
rest in peace.
her daughter was, she was in high school. I think she was 15. Still not legal. You just can't tell your true thoughts.
Now, this woman let him stay with him and his daughter, and he couldn't even be trusted around her. This is exactly why they said don't let men around your kids. And a lot of men may get offended, but y'all got to think about it. Y'all might be right in the head, but every other man can say the same story and be a total creep.
Her daughter was going to be thick like her mama. I know that much.
Yeah.
I knew her daughter was a bust down. She got pregnant like a year after I moved out. She was 16. I knew she was going to get pregnant, goddammit, because she used to do shit. She used to do shit to let me know, damn, this is trying to get me in trouble. Her name was Tiffany.
Now he's alleging that this 15-year-old did things that would get him in trouble. And what could that entail? That's a lot. So he's probably the most likely the type of person and say, oh, she seduced me, she this. That is not a consenting adult. It is 100% your fault. I don't care if the little girl jumped on you. You should have said something to her mother. Y'all gotta start protecting these kids more because it's some real life creeps out here. Let me tell a brief story how weird people can be. I believe I was watching Steve Wilkos, and they was alleging that this guy who they allowed them to stay with molested their 4-year-old daughter. Now he denied it, and then all of something, the test came back and that it was true. This man started going all talking about how the 4-year-old seduced him and how we don't understand that the little girl was being actual and trying to turn him on. And that's when I lost it. And I say, you know what? These creeps are really sick in the head. And it's a reason why people say you gotta be sick in the head. Because to think as a grown man or even a grown woman that a 4-year-old can seduce you is crazy. And honestly, even a 16-year-old throwing themselves at them, you should know as a adult not to mess with them. And for Corey to think that a 5-year-old is an H and that she enjoys being bounced on the leg, like she correlates the action of being bounced on the leg and sucking on a Welch's bottle as something soothing and actual satisfaction is crazy. And it's crazy because when I was very young and when I would eat an ice cream or ice pop, my mom will always say, stop eating it like that, bite it, because we'll be standing on a corner waiting to cross the street, and grown men used to be looking at me a certain way, and I didn't understand and she didn't explain. But as I got older, I start to realize, I'm like, you mean to tell me that grown men was looking at me like that? Like, this world is sick, and I don't want to hear nothing about a man talking about, yeah, well, women do it too. Yeah, they do it, but the percentage of men compared to women, it will swallow the women percentage. Even men don't trust other men around their child. That's why they always say you can't have every man around the child. Now, women can do some conniving stuff, but let's be real, men will always win in that category. And that's nothing to be proud of. And if you are a man that's regular, I commend y'all for that. And please help protect the kids and the women as well.
Right. All of you are kids.
Yeah, she has a documentary.
Kid pussy, that's the best put. I'm saying. Right. All of you are kids.
Yeah, she has a documentary.
Kid pussy, that's the best put. I'm saying. You gotta watch your kids. Want some type real bad.
Jesus Christ.
Can you get charged if you spoon a child? Like,
I mean,
get behind him, make him take all his clothes off, and you hug him like that. Is that a
pretty sure.
charge?
Yes, Graham.
What is
pretty
that?
sure.
Not no penetration. Just
Doesn't have to be penetration. It's so you can't
That's
be.
love.
You can. Okay, hold
What
on.
if it's a stepchild?
Okay, I don't know where we're going with this, but
I'm just asking. They got these charges. I'm trying to see what the charges gonna be.
the wedding ring.
Somebody called me Corey Kelly because I said spoon.
Oh, good one.
I would never
Or Corey Epstein.
spoon a child. I'm asking what happens if you do it. It's called research.
Yeah, you would never spoon a child, but you would actually sleep with a child. That's way worse. Even though both of them are off limits, you literally said that a child that you slept with was the best pee that you ever had, but it's off limits to spoon a child? That doesn't make sense at all.
Right. Please keep this piece of tape for future references. I'm telling you now, when they go after me, they get dirt like a I'm here to tell you, if they go through my computer, they gonna be like Corey, like what else can I put out there?
Snacks.
I mean, them a big in the child. I'm gonna check my browser, goddamn. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That woman is like at a point in her life where she is what? It's just nobody likes to say shit like that in America because you can get in trouble for that. Now, I don't want no woman that's 16, 17, 18 because of the laws and because of the mental state she's in. Epstein Island, that'd be a great movie. Yeah. What was happening on Epstein Island?
It was out of children.
That would be a horrible
So you telling me?
Oh my God, they weren't children. They were.
What the
There you go. Now you don't.
What do you mean? I said no, and I said
You wouldn't watch it if it was a movie. It ain't real.
I ain't watching.
Asking you, would you watch it? No.
Fuck and no. There you go.
You won't watch
That's
it.
my got there.
Me?
That's ridiculous. He knows what he's doing.
I know he
He's
knows.
one of these
I
guys
know
on
he knows.
Jeopardy.
Yeah, I know he knows what he's doing.
Corey is disgusting. And then the fact that he said Epstein movie will be a great movie, and who wouldn't watch a movie when a child is getting screwed, and then sought the approval of other men in the room and everybody shaking their head, it makes you realize that man is sick. And I'm glad that man wasn't a yes man, because a lot of people on this show, they just support him by verbally backing him up or not saying anything. And to be completely honest, like I said, being silent says everything too. Because when somebody says something very controversial or flat out ignorant, you should not be agreeing with them. That's exactly why they continue to say messed up stuff, because they really think that y'all support them. That man don't have common sense. He knows that he signs their check, or the person that's closest to the person that signs their check. So of course they're going to agree with them. It's a lot of y'all that work a 9 to 5 right now that can't stand y'all boss, honestly. But y'all still act like y'all support him because y'all want that check.
Corey, wish my baby happy 16th birthday. Hell, she ain't yours, so this is easy. She turning sweet 16 Saturday. Hey, what's up? Make sure, hey, look, I don't know her name. Isabella. What is her name? Dita 605? Dita 605? Listen, I want to wish your daughter a happy birthday. Her sweet 16. It's a beautiful age. And you make sure you and your daughter have counseling so that if she's broke, cat daddies like me ain't in that age by the time she's 21 through 30. Because if you don't bring them up right, I'm going to be with them on their birthday. I was at the mall with the little broke bitch. We was in Victoria's Secret. And I'm sitting there at the counter. I'm like, what's up? She needs to get measured for a bra. She never been measured for a bra. And she want to have the right size on instead of the Walmart bras. And the lady was like, oh, that is so sweet. Is this your daughter? I said, I'm standing up in this little bitch.
Oh, my God.
And it wasn't a laugh when I said that. It wasn't a laugh. The lady looked like, I was like, I got a couple of dollars. I get to smash little cute young girls like this that come from poverty. I'm standing up in her. Do you need a bro? My brother's daughter was with a group of us. We were at the hotel because my mom was in town. D, was you there?
Yep, I brought the cake.
I know how to do babies.
It was Cooper Cute, though.
Everybody was trying to get her attention, but she wouldn't do nothing but hug her daddy because she didn't know us like that.
That's true.
I didn't pay her no attention. I just kept looking away. But I talk, my voice carries, and she kept looking.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, what happened, D?
She went right to him. It was almost like,
I'm the one wasn't paying her no attention.
And everybody like this, what? Like,
You know what that told me?
What?
She gonna be getting put up in her when she grow up.
God, right?
That's why they say a lot of times, and most of the time, we should be listening. Because a lot of times people say some disturbing things and don't say anything. It's going to get deeper and deeper and deeper into the hole. And that's exactly what Corey did. The fact that he said that he seen a baby and he can know by her reaction that she not getting deep put up in her. First of all, why would you even formulate that thought into your mind? And he also admitted that he grooms young women who are from poverty. And to be honest, a lot of men do that. They take women who never had experiences. They want to show them new things so that the woman can take a liking to them. Like if you ain't been nowhere but your neighborhood and a person takes you on a boat, you're going to look at that person like they're doing something for you. When in reality, they're taking you on a boat to get something out of you. That's why a lot of these girls right now, they show videos of them living a lavish life, laughing, and then later on, even as far as 5 years later, they look like the soul is going from their eyes. These are the women that usually appear to hate men. They will be the ones that usually set up men. And they usually end up hooked on drugs or alcohol because they try to drink away the things that they did to get these luxuries. It's not worth it. And to think, he goes at the people who are nearly 1/3 of his age. Corey is 57. That's the reason why everybody keeps saying he's 60. Imagine going after a 20-year-old and you old enough to be their grandfather. That is sick. And a lot of people who excuse, oh, they're over 18. Y'all sick too. Because no way, shape, or form should a person be old enough to be your grandchild. Corey needs to be kept away from all children and young adults. It's clear that something is wrong with him, and he can't compute that what he does is wrong. And the fact that he claims that he was bothered by the whole Christina Payne situation and how people tried to end him, nah, baby, this just ended your career. And the people that continue to support Corey Holcomb, believe me, the world is now watching. Y'all, what are y'all thoughts on this situation? And I honestly know what most of y'all is going to say because y'all not sick in the head. But y'all, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.